Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to talk about our last Lab9. I prepared the server for us to use for the remote login. Lab9, just a summary about it. It's basically we are trying to use a secure shell login to a remote server. So I already prepared the file. You'll find it in the LMS. Lab9. There are steps for Mac and Linux users, and then there are steps for Windows users. I'm going to go through both steps so you can see the video in addition to the written steps as well. So already, as I mentioned, I prepared the server. This is the server IP address. It is running Ubuntu 20. The same version we are using, but the difference is it's actually using Ubuntu server in this case, not Ubuntu desktop. So I don't have any access to GUI. Now, the server you don't have to focus on. I'm going to handle the server part. What you need to do, if you are Ubuntu or Linux users, I'm going to start with the steps. You just need to go to the terminal first. Okay, what we need to do is to create something called public key. Public key and private key is a mechanism of the connectivity of SSH. So the private key, you keep it for yourself, and the public key, you send it to the server administrator. The public key and private key sits in your machine, basically. They are stored in your machine. And of course, you never share the private key. So we start by opening the terminal. The command is SSH key gen. Okay. And it's a very simple command. Once you type SSH key gen, it will tell you you want to create the public key and the private key in this directory. Just make note of this directory because we are going to use it later. Hit enter. For me, I already have one. I'll overwrite it, no problem. I'll say yes, then enter, yes, enter, and that's it. You created now a cryptographic key based on SHA-256. Okay. So now, if you copy the directory where the public keys and the private key are saved, all you need to do, let's first take a look at that directory. I'll type this IDRSA. It should be stored, of course, on your home directory. If you type ls or the SSH directory, you'll find that we have something called authorized keys, IDRSA pub. The file that we need to copy the content of and send it by email is this one, IDRSA pub. So all you need to do is type cat, then home, your username, dot SSH, then IDRSA, not this one, dot pub. Okay. Again, never share your private key because if you share your private key, anybody can log in as you. Okay. This is the public key. Just copy it and send it to me by email. And that's it. This is the first part of the steps. Okay. Now, of course, after you create the public key, from my side, I'll just show you what I'm doing. I prepared the server. I'll show you the home directory. You can see that each one of you is having their own username and home directory inside the server. So for now, let us pick any one of you randomly. Let's pick Khaled, for example. I'm going to say Nano. Of course, I'm already sudo, so Nano. and then home, then Khalid. And in Khalid home directory, there is also .ssh, and then the authorized keys file. Okay, once I hit enter, you'll see that this file is empty. I'll just paste the private key, the public key, sorry, and then I'll save it and exit. From my side, it's basically as if I granted Khalid access to the server. Of course, not to the entire server, only to his directory. So, how to connect? Let us complete the step. Now, after I've added Khalid, all Khalid needs to do is basically type SSH and then his username. Let me just copy his username. So SSH, then the username at the server IP address. And that's it. Of course, it might ask you, do you want to trust the server? Hit yes, so on and so forth. And that's it. Khalid is now connected. You can see the prompt change. It's now his username. Add the server name. I call the server IST219. Okay. And you can now follow the steps. If I remember correctly, you just need to make a directory called homework. And then take the homework, cd to homework, and just create a file on here or something. I forgot this is correct file, but that's it, really. You can now exit from the connection. No need to take a screenshot. This is enough for me. From my side, of course, I will check if you already logged in by going to the home directory of your user. So if I go to home, valid, and then I try to ls this, I can find that he created homework, and inside homework, I'm here to text. This is for me enough proof that you were able to connect and log in. So these are the steps from the Linux side. They work the same for Mac, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, because both environments are very close. Both are Linux based, right? So now let us move to the steps from the Windows side. From the Windows side, you need to download a utility. Let me show you. Called Putty. Putty, I already sent the download link. I added the download link in the lab file. After you click here on the download link, it will take you, I think, to this page. And you need to download the file that is fit for your operating system. In this case, most of you it will be the first file. Okay. After you download the first file, I already downloaded it. You just need to open the file. Next, install. It will ask you to install. And that's it. Of course, since Windows is a different kind of operating system than Linux, these steps has to be done in this way. You can enable Windows Linux subsystems, but honestly, it will take some time to explain. It will prolong the process further, and I don't want to do that. Okay, in this case, you're ready. Just go to Start menu, and you should find something called PuttyGen, or you can search it in the Start menu. PuttyGen. Click here. It is basically the same steps, but here there's a twist on it. Okay. Once you hit generate, you need to see this area here. You need to keep moving your mouse in this area. Okay. And this is it's like it's trying to create some unique private key using this method. Okay. Just don't think about it too much. After you move your mouse enough, it will tell you that, okay, thank you, I created the private and public key. Now, in this step, you have to copy this one. So select all, copy, and send it to me. Okay. In my case, we are going to do the same for Khalid. We are going to test login again. I'm going to just empty the authorized keys for Khalid, and then I'll go again, get the authorized keys for Khalid. Okay, just I think I got disconnected for a second. Okay, and then I'm going to paste the key, and that's it. I will save. I will exit. And from your side, of course, you're not done. You have to save both keys. So save public key. You can save it on desktop, for example. Call it public. And you have to save the private key as well. It will tell you, okay, without passphrase to protect it, no problem, yes. And call it private. Okay. And the key generation is done. Only one step is remaining. Just double click on Putty. After you double click, you'll find that there is an icon for it in the taskbar. Right click on it, new session. Now we need to log in. We'll use Khaled again. I'll copy the username. So it will be your username, of course, in this case, whatever the username. Then the same thing, okay, at the server IP address. I already, I think we typed okay, copy this, copy. It's basically the same steps, okay? And you hit open. It might ask you, you want to accept the same prompt, do you want to add this to your trusted servers? You hit yes, and you should be logged in. Of course, it is basically the same system. So if I type ls, I can see my homework. Let me remove rf homework. Okay. So it's basically, it is the same system. Okay. So you can run the same commands. For example, make dir homework again, and cd to homework again, and then touch on here.txt, for example. And then, of course, make sure to ls to see if the file is here. Actually, now I think about it, it is necessary to take a screenshot of this page only, okay, of the commands that you type. So basically, once you connect, so again, I'll exit. Once you connect, I go to new session. Yes. Okay. So I think the first and the last screenshot, it is basically of the entire page, this page. Don't clear the page, just type the commands. So I need to see this as well. So here, you just, as mentioned, remove -rf homework. You need to make dir homework, cd homework, touch on here.txt, and that's it. Take screenshot of the entire thing, okay, and include it in the lab. I'll put one field to paste the screenshot. And with this, we're able to simulate a real experience of logging in to a remote server using SSH. Okay, and this is, as mentioned, this is actually the default way of interacting with Linux server through SSH. Thank you, everyone. This is, of course, the last lab. So I hope you had fun during this course, and hopefully maybe see you in a different course.